못했던 데서 물이 터지고 길이 열리고 그런 역사가 일어나는 저는 여태까지 그래요. 앞으로도 또 그럴 겁니다. 그런 믿음을 가지세요.
Okay. Let's have some conversation as a whole group. Okay. I have a question. So your life is getting easier since you started JBS, or getting worse?
Easier.
Oh, easier. Oh.
More complicated.
More complicated. More struggle. Thinking more.
Not struggle, yeah, thinking more.
Being more aware
Be sensitive about it.
not in terms of
Yeah, I heard that more sensitive, became more sensitive, and also more be aware of. Right? Okay. Anyway, so when you shared your personal stories for the last week, is there any story that you think everyone else should listen or know? Let's try. Yeah.
It's not okay. Okay. My manager was being a what? Yeah, this week I had to write a report to send it out to schools, and then he asked me to do this on Monday, but then he was being really Korean style, and he was just like, just do it. And I'm like, well, I've been working here for like 2 weeks and a half, so I don't know what's going on. And he's like, just do it. And I was like, okay. And then I wrote it, and then the whole week I turned it in, and then he would just reject it. He would keep on rejecting it, so I got rejected like 4 times. So on Thursday morning, I was really stressed out, and I almost cried in my cubicle. I didn't know what to do, so I was really lost. And then I was thinking about like how this whole week I was living my week as with a survival tower, like in my mind, not in terms of like living according to God's will, but then more towards the survival. And I was just because I realized that I started getting really like depressed, and I was really sad, and I didn't know what to do. But then on Thursday night I went to the prayer meeting at my church, and then my pastor was talking about how you have to let things go and then just let God fight your war, from passage from Exodus. And that's how I guess. And then I got a lot of thinking to do, and then on Friday I got to work, and then I still had to write the report. And then I was thinking like, what do I have to do as a Christian? And then how am I supposed to show my values as a Christian? And then I guess I realized that I had to stop crying about it and just suck it up. And then I mean, as a Christian, I have to just do my best. If I do my best, and then if the manager still doesn't like it, then I guess there's nothing that I can do about it. And then if he's gonna fire me, then that's fine, because I did my best. So I guess I sat down and I just downloaded all the past reports that's been reported to the schools, and then basically I just studied them for like 3 hours, and then I wrote the report, and then he actually liked it. So I had a victorious Friday.
Wow.
And most importantly, there was no traffic on the road.
Yeah, no traffic. No traffic.
No traffic. Okay. I'm so grateful to God, because every time there's very brief sharing time, right? But there's some story that directly related to today's topic. Remember Yusung's sharing last week, right? Gabby, your topic directly related to what we are going to discuss today. Thank you. But okay, let's change one word. Okay, rather than saying I'm in the survival mode, can we change I'm in a more defense mode? Like it's different. Surviving and defense is different. There's fire against you, arrows and cannons. You need to defend. Okay, no other choice. You have to defend yourself. Okay, so let's change our word from survival to defense. That's why we need shield, right? Thank you. Any other sharing? It's okay. Like sometimes struggle story more touches our heart. Then I got victory, so nice. It's okay. then I have more questions. Actually, we watched the video last week. Do you remember? We forget everything. And we didn't have any time to discuss about it. So, but I will just take a brief time to think about this video. And I'm very curious to know what was your response. Anything that is interesting to you or learned from the story. You don't even remember.
Well, I thought one of the unique things about the video was the principles that John Beckett based his company on was excellent, obviously, but because he showed those characteristics and trust in his employees, he received trust and loyalty back from employees and how much they were dedicated to the company. And that, to me, was very impressive because by showing those biblical principles in business practices, he received loyalty and trust back from employees and dedication to work and quality they produce and products they produce was above and beyond what other companies produce. So to me, whether they're not employees or not, or Christians or not, it didn't matter. They showed those qualities back, reflected those Christian values back to the company and to the customers and the clients they were serving. So to me, that was very impressive.
Yeah, one thing that I liked about the company was their hiring process. They didn't hire just Christians; they just hired everybody. But their HR director, I think, said that during the hiring process, they're not looking for people with the skill sets. They're looking for people with some attitude. I think that's really important when in a global settings like a company. Because skills can be learned over time, but the person's attitude is completely different. They cannot be easily taught and changed. So I think their hiring process was very, very interesting, and he didn't. He said the interviewer said the Beckett didn't preach to the employees, but he just treated all the employees with the integrity and respect. And the employee really felt that they worth something as they work for that company. So it's the feeling that it's like a common sharing of the feeling that they belong to like a family-like company, which really make them feel comfortable working for the company and feel very connected to each other as an employees. I think that really was impressive.
Thank you very much. I understand why. You can share in Korean. It's okay. Anyway, thank you. Actually, that's exactly what I see. I can see the fragrance. It's not just what he said, but his appearance and tone. There's something that you can smell Jesus, right? And it spills over all the entire system of the company, hiring, treating employees, and all becomes a part of the value system. That's very interesting to me too. Great. Any other thoughts? Yeah.
I love the maternity leave. And it was impressive that the CEO is Christian. Actually, the business principles are all from the Bible, but then he didn't really go to the employee and share the gospel. He actually did the plowing part first, and then building the relationship, and just treat the employee as a human. They respect them and stuff like that. And they actually know that he was Christian, and then they know that the principles are what he does is actually from the Bible. So I think that was.
Thank you. Any? 괜찮아요.
네, 제가 이번 주에 요즘에 잘 나가는 안철수 네, CEO와 박경철 이제 누구라고 칼럼니스트라고 하시나요? 네, 그래서 그분들에 대해서 동영상을 본 기회가 있어가지고 봤는데 이 두 분들이 믿으시는지는 잘 모르겠어요. 근데 지금 한국에서 가장 청소년들이 배우고 싶고 존경하는 그리고 또 이제 가장 사람들이 일하고 싶은 기업이고 그리고 또 가장 그러니까 지금 정말 많은 네, 청소년들을 비롯해가지고 이제 성인들도 그렇고 가장 존경하고 이제 알아주는 1인자고 또 이제 그 각각 맡고 계신 이제 그 영역에서 진짜 최고인들인데 거기에 대해서 동영상을 보는데 정말 그 개인들이 가지고 계시는 그런 이제 가치관과 원칙을 가지고 모든 것에 어플라이를 하시는 거예요. 근데 이게 크리스천 밸류가 아니라 정말 진보적이고 그리고 또 이제 공정하고 약간 미국 스타일을 이제 하시는데 그걸 보면서 되게 이제 존경스럽기도 하지만 마음 한구석에 저분들 믿으실까 하는 생각이 되게 많이 들었던 것 같아요. 그래서 이게 동영상을 보면서도 계속 생각을 했지만 진짜 진정한 기업인이 어떤 이제 가치관을 가지고 어떤 이제 원칙을 가지고 그걸 적용을 해야 되는 것인가 그리고 또 세상에서는 또 존경을 받지만 크리스찬은 아니시면서도 약간 크리스찬의 원칙을 가지고 또 적용을 하시는 그런 분들을 보면서 아쉽기도 하지만 정말 참 대단하시다는 생각도 들고 그냥 여러 가지 생각이 들었던 것 같아요. 근데 왜 저는 잘 모르지만 또 많은 기업인들 중에서도 크리스찬이시면서도 그런 원칙을 적용하지 못하시는 분들도 많이 계시는데 그런 분들을 생각하면서 진정 크리스찬의 삶으로 이제 기업을 하고 그냥 그런 이제 영역에서 영향력을 가진다는 게 무엇인가에 대해서 생각을 좀 많이 하게 된 그런 한 주였던 것 같아요.
Thank you. Yeah, of course there are many people, you don't know actually they are Christians or not, but they apply biblical principles. But one thing that I'm always surprising when I doing research and teaching in business world is the business world is going to Bible. They apply biblical principles to survive, to succeed. Because that's true, right? But think about, later people figure out those people are Christian. Think about the impact they make, right? But on the other hand, you work in a horrible company, you hate CEO. And later on, they figure out the person is a 장로님, right? Then can you imagine the impact? It's like this whole thing right away. So we don't know what's there, but can we see that when we see that difference, we question, then what's there? What's inside those people make that difference? We question that what's inside. That our minds are open and challenged because when we see the difference, that's what the influence world that happens in the business world. That's why it's so important as a Christian standing and also kind of exercising godly principles and Christian influence in the workplace. Anyway, thank you very much. Let's move on.